Hi everybody, Rachel here from Rachthestamper.wordpress.com, and I wanted to show you how to made this really pretty card that I thought would be a great sympathy card, or just I'm sorry for anything that happened. Really, I'm so sorry I wasn't a very nice person. Who knows? So I thought this would be a really nice card. I was going to do something different with this background. This is actually the Woodland Textured Impressions embossing folder. And this is one, put the branches the right way. This is the one that they brought back that was gone, and then they brought it back into the new annual catalog again. So anyway, this is it. And you can really do your branches either way. I know some people are insistent that they want the branches going up, but I think if you're doing a Halloween card, it would be really cool if the branches were down, kind of like that creepy kind of style. So what I did was I went ahead and embossed a piece of Whisper White instead of using the Very Vanilla for this one. So this one I used Smoky Slate, very vanilla, and then I used the new classic label punch to punch out the I'm so sorry. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this one a little bit differently though. So what we'll do is let me grab a piece of scrap paper, and what I did is I used the new Sponge Brayer, and that one I used Smoky Slate, and that was on again very vanilla. But I think this time what we'll do is, how about if we do this one in Soft Suede, just to be different. So the one thing that I will tell you is you don't get the amount of coverage that you got with the old brayer because this one is much narrower. So you definitely want to make sure that you don't press quite as hard, and you also don't want to press very hard when you roll into your ink because these little things on the side can tear your ink pad. So you want to make sure you're really light, but still doing the same thing. So just rolling all the way over, making sure you get good coverage. And again, just when you're doing it on your paper, just make sure you go lightly. It is going to color the background more than it did with the old style brayer. So you could certainly use the old style brayer if you still have it and you still want to use it. Plus it would definitely make this a little bit quicker of a process because you have a wider brayer to work with. So we're going to just go over this again until we get the desired darkness for our trees. Okay, and it does make the background, like I said, a little colored, but you can definitely get your trees darker if you just take your time and continue going over it. There you go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let me get this out of the way. And actually, I'm going to keep, no, I'm going to go with the different. I think I'll go with Early Espresso if we do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, how about if we use chocolate chip? That should be chocolate chip. Now let's go with Early Espresso. We'll go with Early Espresso for this card. And same thing again, this time we're going to do our card vertically. Okay, so this is a piece of 4 1/4 by 11. So we're going to go ahead and let me just grab my trimmer. And we're going to just score this in half, so that'll be at 5 1/2. We're just going to score that and fold it just like that. And I'm going to give this a little bit of a press with my bone folder. And I had already trimmed this piece so it would match. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is going to layer right on top of there. So we can either use dimensionals or you can use SNAIL, completely up to you, whatever way you'd like. SNAIL is just the double-sided adhesive, but I think the dimensionals give this card just a little bit of extra something since it's kind of tone on tone. And let me just pop these off. Oh my goodness. I swear, if I could pre-pull these dimensionals for you guys, I really would, because this is painful. It's just as painful for me as it is for you. Okay, there we go. Sheesh. Okay, so we're going to just place that down, just like that. Okay, so what I thought is you could either use, the first one I used the Greatest Greetings, and it has a really pretty script, but it has a lot of selection. You could even make this a get well card, get well sooner. But the other thing, so if you did that, you can use the classic label punch on a lot of those, or you could cut it out and just flag the ends with your scissors. Or you could also use the Thoughtful Banners stamp set, and that actually comes with another punch. Sorry, I should have had that ready. That comes with a coordinating punch, so you can punch out this, or you can punch out just the arc, or you could use the classic label punch, and that will punch out this bottom one here as well. So you could stamp it so it's outlined and then punch it. So it depends on what you want to do. So what we'll do is we will stamp, let's see, we'll stamp this, and then we'll just put in thought there was one that said "so sorry." Nope, don't see it there. How about "missing you"? That's another good one. Kind of goes with the tone of this card. "Missing you." So we'll do that. Okay, so we're gonna stamp these first. So let me just grab a scrap piece of Whisper White. Let's see, that should be big enough. And then we will do this with Early Espresso, and the same thing for the words. So let me just put this on here first. We'll stamp our banner. Oh, that's going to be too small. Let me get a bigger piece. We'll stamp our banner. Just give that a second to transfer the ink. Okay, and then we will stamp our words. "Missing you." You could use a smaller block, but I'm going to see if I can do it with this. It's a nice thing about the photopolymer. You can line them up exactly, and you don't have to worry about where it is. All right, one thing I did wrong here. I stamped this upside down, so there's obviously no way that I'm going to do that. So you want to make sure that you stamp this at the right end. So let's try this again. We're going to stamp from the bottom. This is also lesson time with Rachel here. So I'm not going to waste that piece. What I'll end up doing is I'll just hand cut that one out and use it for something different. But in the event of saving time, I'll make another one for you guys. Okay. Let's try this again. So we're going to put this right in here, fit it in just like that. It fits perfectly. Pop it out. And since I have the ink out a little bit, what I'm going to do is just go around the edges. I'm going to just dip this right into my ink pad just to get a little bit of color on the edges there. You could do this with your sponges as well if you wanted to instead. And since we popped this up, I'm going to just adhere this straight down. Let me just grab my snail and stick that right on here. There you go. So two totally different cards. Both of them are monotone. So, you know, again, you could use them for any kind of occasion. I really like the "I'm so sorry" with this. Just the black and gray I think is my favorite more than the Early Espresso and the Soft Suede. But let me know which one is your favorite. I'd love to hear. If you haven't already, be sure you follow me on YouTube at Rachthestamper. You can also follow me on Pinterest at Rachthestamper, Instagram, Twitter. I would love to hear what you have to say about some of these cards, or if you have a suggestion or something that you'd like to see done, please let me know. Also, we are still going along with the blog hop right now, so if you follow along, you can start at my blog, which is rachthestamper.wordpress.com. Leave a comment, plus hashtag, I always want to call it the # still, hashtag Team Stamp It Contest, and that will get you entered, and there are 10 people in that blog hop, so that's 10 chances for you to win. So if you leave a comment plus hashtag Stamp It Contest, you'll be entered to win a really, really cool prize. There's a lot of really great inspiration there, even if you just want to go in there and look for other great ideas, because there's a lot of great stampers that have really, really good ideas. A lot of really creative ladies. So again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hope to hear from you soon.